Welcome back to the Nerd Council Explains, the series where we take concepts from comic books, TV shows, games, movies and anime and more that may be hard to understand, so we break them down into digestible chunks for you, so you don't have to. Happy New Year, one and all. Here is to 2021 being a better year than last year, even if we are still stuck indoors. Wandavision comes to Disney Plus on January 15th, and in anticipation of that, I'm here to explain the connection between the show and the classic Marvel comic book series, House of M. There has been so much talk about just how much the show will take from the story, so I'm going to explain the House of M story and what we know and what we can speculate is going to be used in Wandavision. So let's get down to it. But first and foremost, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to our channel. We really appreciate the support from you guys, but each like and subscribe does matter. So if you are subscribed already, go hit that button. So, House of M was a 2005 comic book series that saw Scarlet Witch, Quicksilver, and Magneto at the center of a story that involved the warping of reality within the Marvel Universe. Wanda has had a mental breakdown after losing her twin children, and is having to have her powers kept in check by Professor X. Whilst being cared for by her father and brother, the X-Men and the Avengers decide that in order to prevent Wanda from changing reality due to her wayward abilities, she needs to be killed. But before they can go through with their plan, Wanda manages to change reality in a way that no one could expect. In this new world, Spider-Man is a celebrity and married to Gwen Stacy, Cyclops and Emma Frost are married, Doctor Strange is a psychologist, Carol Danvers is Captain Marvel, America's most beloved superhero, Gambit is a criminal, and Steve Rogers is an aged veteran. The most significant change though is that the world has become one where Homo superior, aka mutants, are the dominant species instead of Homo sapiens. Mutants rule humans, and Magneto's and his House of M rule over mutants. Wolverine finds himself being the only one who actually remembers the reality that they came from, and understands that the current reality is a fake, and he goes out to seek help from the Avengers and the X-Men to reclaim their old memories and take on the House of M alongside the human resistance. What ensues is an all-out battle between the four factions, with Hawkeye striking Wanda down with an arrow, and Magneto being told by Emma Frost what brought about this fight and what caused his precious House of M to fall to disarray. In his anger, he beats Quicksilver to a bloody pulp, but Scarlet Witch appears and returns her brother back to life. She begins to lash out, saying, "We're freaks, mutants. You chose this over us and you ruined us." And then she utters the words, "No more mutants." So that in short is the story of House of M, but what does that mean for Wandavision? Well, here is what we do know for sure. Wanda has clearly warped reality to have Vision back in her life after his death in Infinity War. We also see that Wanda and Vision are holding babies in one of the trailers, and we've seen both Wanda and Vision wearing their classic comic book costumes, so they've clearly at least drawn inspiration from House of M and the comics. But is the show based off it? No. However, what it does do is set up a lot of possibilities, mainly the introduction of the X-Men. We do know the show is connected to Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness. So is this how we'll get our first taste of the mutants? Is Wanda going to be responsible for bringing them back? Will Wanda also bring back Quicksilver, who died in Civil War? There are so many possibilities when it comes to warped realities, and I for one am excited for the show. I want to see exactly how Wandavision is going to kickstart phase 4 of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. But that is it for this episode of the Nerd Council Explains, guys. I hope you take away as much information as you can from this video, and I hope you are excited for what Wandavision is going to bring. If you do want to read the House of M comic books, I will leave a link in the description below for you guys where you can read and purchase the comic books for yourselves. It's one of the most popular stories that have been made and probably one of the most iconic, so if you haven't read it, please make sure you do that. Again guys, thank you for the support, we really appreciate it. Don't forget to like and subscribe before you click off this video. But until next time, this has been the Nerd Council Explains.